Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Not So Super Fan. So, the Mandalorian. Well, I'm kind of late on the reviews because the Disney Plus app came out yesterday, so I was I was all cut up on watching everything else I used to watch as far as a little kid, as like the old X-Men shows, Queen Duck, and a bunch of other Disney movies. But we're gonna jump right into it and talk about the Mandalorian, which basically what I think everybody's talking about right now. The story as far as the Mandalorian takes place 6 years after the fall of the Empire, and it picks up in the galaxy. I would say, from the synopsis, a galaxy far from the reach of the galaxy, as far as the Empire and the Republic, and it is kind of like this. You have this bounty hunter, which is a Mandalorian. And he's basically going on bounties and picking up bounties. And from the beginning of the show, you see that he's like this quiet, cold character, and he doesn't play no game. For a first episode, as far as for the pilot, I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed it. I do have, like, as far as nitpick, I do have certain problem with the show, but I did enjoy it for. But as far as something introducing something new to the lore, as far as Star Wars, always get the Jedi and stuff like that. They focus on other characters, because as far as the Mandalorian, they do have like this extensive background as far as their history. I know they had a whole ongoing war with the Jedi. That's why most of their weapons were created, because of their ongoing conflict with the Jedi. And this show, at the beginning, I do like the character, but there's certain things they do, try to get laughs out of the, out of the audience. It's like this one scene where he's trying to learn how to ride this creature, and he keeps falling. And I don't think it was necessary based on where they would travel. They could have used a hover car or something like that, but apparently they can't. And there's one character introduced who's played by Nick Nolte, and it's like every time he says something, and he's like, "I have spoken." I forgot what movie there was a character that says something like that, but I like his, even though it was a short scene. I do like his character. And you also have Takai Waititi or whatever, Takai Waititi. He plays the G11. He's also a bounty droid, and he's introduced to the Mandalorian toward the end of the episode, and his character was also enjoyable. He did a great job playing that character. And I'm not going to go too much into spoiler, but they do meet up to catch this one bounty that the client from the Empire or the Republic hired them to retrieve, and later on you find out who that. I'm going to that later, but you find out what that bounty is, and I feel like that. What does that mean as far as the lore of Star Wars? Does that go into? Does that make it this show becomes canon as far as the whole Star Wars universe, and will that character appear later on? But it's for a pilot episode. Once again, I enjoyed it, but for I would say when you have shows like in Netflix or that are about 40 to 50 minutes long, and Hulu, and go on, and for a popular show like that, I felt that it was very short, but I did enjoy it. Maybe it was kind of like, once again a pilot episode, they were testing it out, but I wish there was more to this episode. But we move on to it's going to be spoiler if you haven't watched it yet, but we move on to the bounty that they get at the end of the episode, and it's a creature, basically a baby creature of Yoda's species, a baby Yoda, and I don't think we have gotten a name of the species Yoda is, what species it is, but you do get it because throughout the whole time they're saying the bounty is 50 years old, and you know, as far as the Yoda species, they age, they live for a long period of time, and that baby is 50 years old. So, but being introduced to that character, what does that mean as far as, once again, the whole Star Wars lore? Is that because I'm pretty sure that species is pretty, as far as when it comes to the Force, they're very Force sensitive. So does that mean there's going later on, as far as when the episode goes on, this species is gonna start showing like an aspect of the Force? So we'll never know what happened with that. But my main thing is that gonna make it? Is the Mandalorian now canon? Because Kathleen Kennedy or anybody, as far as when it comes to Star Wars, hasn't said anything as far as is this show canon to the Star Wars lore. I'm hoping so, and we'll see what happens, because it clearly said it's 6 years after the fall of the Empire, so we'll see what happens. But once again, the Mandalorian, the first episode, I did enjoy it. Did have some small issue, which I felt weren't that serious, but it's just certain things they try to do with the character I think was necessary. But other than that, it was a great episode. Definitely can't wait because I know the next episode is coming out Friday, so definitely can't wait to what we get as far as where they go with the story, as far as what they're gonna do with that baby Yoda. Is he gonna try to save it, or is he gonna give it back to the Empire? So it's pretty interesting. But guys, if you watched The Mandalorian, if you have the Disney Plus app, let me know what you think as far as the app, or let me know what you think as far as the show, and leave a comment down below. And also, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be getting back at you for more reviews and reactions.